Say these powerful psalms 3 times daily. In this video, I'll be sharing with you 3 powerful psalms. Now, if you can say these powerful psalms 3 times in a day, then there will be a lot of change in your life, most especially when you're fighting a spiritual warfare. These psalms that I'll be sharing with you are psalms of protection, of preservation, of deliverance, and of strength, so that you can stand firm when fighting the enemy and so that you will be able to overcome. Yeah. See, the thing is, every day we are up against fighting enemies, different enemies from different angles. And the thing is, it's not as if you offended any of them or you have problems or issues with them. It's just that most people don't want to see you succeed. Most people are not happy with the fact that you're happy. Most people don't want to see that you are progressing or you are even succeeding in life. Most people don't want to see your children happy. And this is why, before you know it, they begin to form enemies. They begin to turn into your enemies. Sometimes these enemies are people from within. Sometimes these enemies are people that are close to us. Sometimes these enemies are people that we know. So before you know it, they begin to become your worst nightmares and the enemies that you were fighting against. Yeah. So, and what I need you to do is to recite these powerful psalms that I'll be sharing with you 3 times daily. That is morning, afternoon, and evening. Do this and see how God is going to fight your battles. See how God is going to fight your enemies. Yeah. So you're welcome to my channel. My name is Grace. Please, if today is the first time you're seeing this face, you are welcome. Please do well to subscribe. And to all my returning subscribers, thank you for always coming by. Yeah. So let's dive into the Psalms. Now, one of the Psalms that I'll be sharing with you for protection is Psalm 64. Psalm 64 says, "Hear my voice, O God, in my complaint. Preserve my life from dread of the enemy. Hide me from the secret plots of the wicked and the tongue of evildoers, who with their tongues like sword, who aim bitter words like arrows, shooting from ambush at the blameless, shooting at him suddenly and without fear. They hold fast to their evil purpose. They talk of they talk of laying snares secretly, thinking who can see them. They search out injustice, saying, we have accomplished a diligent search. For the inward mind and heart of a man are deep. But God shoots his arrow at them. They are wounded suddenly. They are brought to ruin. With their own tongues turn against them. All who see them will wag their heads. They all they all they all mankind fears. They tell what God has brought about and wonder what he has done. Verse 10. Let the righteous one rejoice in the Lord and take refuge in him. Let all the upright in heart exult. So Psalm 64 verse 1 to 9 is a psalm that you need to pray upon, you need to meditate, and you need to recite it daily in your life, and God is going to take over that battles against your enemies, right? So the second psalm we'll be looking at is Psalm 27. Psalm 27, and it says, "O the Lord of my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid of? When evildoers assail me to eat up my flesh, my adversaries and foes, it is they who stumble and fall. Though an enemy encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war rise against me, yet I will be confident." Now I want us to look at verse 5 of Psalm 27. And it says, "For he will hide me in his shelter in the day of trouble. He will conceal me under the cover of his tent. He will lift me high upon a rock." Now, verse 7. "Hear, O Lord, when I cry aloud. Be gracious to me and answer me." Now, I want us to read the full scripture, that's Psalm 27, but I don't want this video to be lengthy as usual. So I'm just going to be picking some of these prayers that is something that you need to pray upon yourself. Yeah, so that is why I'm skipping it. So please pardon me. But in your quiet time, you can read the whole of the verses. Yeah. So now in Psalm 27, I want us to look at verse 11. Verse 11 says, "Teach me your way, O Lord, and lead me on a level path because of my enemies. Give me give me not up to the will of my adversaries, for false witnesses have risen against me, and they breathe out violence. I believe that I shall look upon the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait for the Lord. Be strong and let your heart take courage. Wait for the Lord." Now, this is Psalm 27, verse 1 to the end. Yeah. So this is the second psalm that I want you to read for preservation and see how God is going to disarm your enemies. Yeah. God is going to fight your battles now because you hold no grudge against anybody. It's not as if you're fighting them. They are the ones that are just coming to fight you. They don't like you for no reason. So these are the Psalms you need to read for God's protection and preservation, deliverance upon your life against your enemy. The next book of Psalm you need to study, recite, and meditate upon is Psalm 35. Yeah, Psalm 35. I know Psalm 35 is one of the most read verses of Psalm. Yeah, but I don't know, there's something striking about this particular Psalm for me. Yeah, it's one of the scriptures that I love so much. It's one of the verses in the Bible that I love so much. Yeah, so please, I want us to read it now. Psalm 35, verse 1, and it says, "Contend, O Lord, with those who contend with me. Fight against those who fight against me. Take hold of shield and buckler, and rise for my help. Draw the spear and javelin against my pursuers. Say to my soul, I am your salvation. Let them be put to shame and dishonor who seek after my life. Let them be turned back and disappointed who devise evil against me. Let them be like chaff before the wind, with the angel of the Lord driving them away. Let their way be dark and slippery, with the angel of the Lord pursuing them. For without cause they hide their net for me. Without cause they dug a pit for my life. Let destruction come upon him when he does not know it, and let the net that he hid ensnare him. Let him fall into it to his destruction. Then my soul will rejoice in the Lord, exalting his salvation. Verse 10. All my bones shall say, O Lord, who is like you, delivering the poor from him who is too strong for him, the poor and the needy from him who robs him. So I'll be stopping at verse 10, but in your quiet time and when you want to meditate and pray with it, I will advise you read from beginning to the end of Psalm 35. Yeah. So, how you're going to read it, how you're going to recite and pray with these three powerful psalms that I've shared with you, is that in the morning you will read Psalm 35. In the noon, you will read Psalm 27, and At night, you read Psalm 64. This is how you're going to read it. You read Psalm 35 in the morning, Psalm 27 at noon, and Psalm 64 at night. Read this powerful psalm three times daily, every day, and see how God is going to fight against your enemies on your behalf. See how your life is going to change. See how your enemies will begin to fight themselves. They will fight themselves, they will eat their flesh, and they will drink their blood. God is going to take charge of all of these troubles for you. Yeah. So, thank you for watching. I hope that by God's grace, you are going to see how God is going to disarm your enemies. You will see how God is going to fight on your behalf. Yeah, thank you. By the grace of God, this is going to work wonders for you. Yeah, thank you for watching.